Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interest is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of the Act, the Perth Amboy Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, place, and place thereof posted at the bulletin board in the administrative headquarters building, mailing notices to the Home Tribune, El Diario La Prensa, City Clerk Kupch, as well as all other persons requiring notification pursuant to the New Jersey Open Public Meeting Law. Roll call, Mr. LaBrace.
Mr. Anderson.
Here.
Mr. George.
Here.
Mr. Marte. Dr. Pepe, do we have Mr. Marte in remote?
Yes, Mr. Marte is in remote. He just needs to unmute himself.
Yes, I'm here. I'm present.
Ms. Melendez. Ms. Odiela. Mr. Quiles.
Here.
Vice President Gonzalez.
Present.
President Peralta.
Present.
We have a quorum.
And now, our student representative, Mr. Angel Cruz.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen of the Board of Education, esteemed community members, and fellow students, it is with great enthusiasm and pride that I stand before you today as the student representative of our vibrant school community. I am here to provide you with an update on the significant events and accomplishments that have taken place at Perth Amboy High School in recent weeks. To begin, I am delighted to share that our students have completed their midterms. There is a sense of relief and eagerness among our student body. In the spirit of giving, our National Honor Society, NHS, has conducted a rose sale during each lunch period over the last few weeks and distributed the roses yesterday during homeroom. This initiative not only showcases the generosity of our students, but also contributes to the NHS's initiative. To the NHS's commitment to scholarship, leadership, service, and character. It's heartening to witness our students actively participating in such endeavors to support the community. The Student Council and Science National Honor Society have also been hard at work, updating their bulletin boards with creativity and flair. These visually appealing displays serve as a testament to the dedication and talent within these organizations, fostering a sense of pride and engagement throughout the school. The eagerly awaited Perth Amboy High School adaptation of Mean Girls graced our stage last weekend. The excitement surrounding the production was palpable, and the talent and dedication of our fellow students were truly impressive. In the realm of sports, we recently celebrated our boys basketball senior night, a bittersweet occasion where our senior athletes were honored. While the game may have not ended in our favor, it was a remarkable showing of the skill and dedication of our senior athletes as they concluded their last season. Additionally, we are eagerly anticipating the girls' basketball senior night, and we extend our heartfelt appreciation to all our senior athletes for their contributions to our school's athletic legacy. The wrestling team also had their senior night, a momentous occasion to recognize the hard work and commitment of our wrestling seniors. It was an evening filled with pride and gratitude for their contributions to our school's wrestling program. I would also like to share with you the wonderful season of our Perth Amboy Unified Basketball team that they've been having. On January 29th, they played their first home game of the season. Despite coming up short in the score, the team remains incredibly excited and dedicated to securing victories in the upcoming games. The unified basketball team embodies the spirit of teamwork and inclusivity, bringing joy to both players and spectators alike. Their commitment to the game was truly commendable, and we look forward to witnessing their continued success throughout the season. Furthermore, our commitment to the well-being of our students extends beyond academics and sports. The Heroes and Cool Kids program had a training session as they prepared to meet with the younger students to discuss important topics such as drugs and alcohol. This initiative reflects our dedication to fostering a safe and supportive environment for all students. The Heroes are set to meet with the Cool Kids of Shoal School next Thursday. In closing, the energy and enthusiasm within our school community continues to thrive. We are proud of the accomplishments across academics, extracurriculars, and sports. As we navigate the opportunities and challenges of the academic year, we are confident that the spirit of excellence that defines our school will continue to shine brightly. Thank you for my attention. I am open to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you for that. There are no presentations today, so we'll be moving on. Meeting open to the public for discussion of agenda items and non-agenda items. There will be only one public participation session at this meeting. At this time, comments are invited on any matter. Public participation shall be governed by policy number 0167. Anyone wishing to address the board, please state your name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. No participant may speak more than once on the same topic until all others who wish to speak on that topic have been heard. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No member of the public may address or question board members individually. Although the board encourages public participation, it reserves the right through its presiding officer to terminate remarks to and/or by any individual not keeping with the conduct of a proper and efficient meeting. The board discourages the public from speaking negatively about any employee, administrator, or student. Individuals can be held personally liable for defamatory or libelous statements made at public meetings. The board bears no responsibility for comments made by members of the public. Comments regarding employees, administrators, or students cannot be legally responded to by any member of the board or administration.
Good evening. Pat Paradiso, President of the Perth Amboy Federation. We negotiated a collective bargaining agreement with this Board of Education in good faith that stated that tuition reimbursement would be paid within 30 days of all necessary paperwork being submitted. It has been 3 months since some staff members submitted all their necessary paperwork, and they still have not been given their reimbursement payments. The last I heard, last week, the reimbursement checks were printed and waiting for board approval. I don't recall ever seeing tuition reimbursement on a board agenda, so that was a little confusing. And if reimbursement checks need to be board approved, why can't they get approval retroactively like the myriad other items being retroactively approved on this board agenda? People count on the money from reimbursement to pay the tuition for their next class or classes. Treating people this way makes them feel disrespected and unappreciated. There's no sound reason for a district that has difficulty retaining staff to operate this way. This district dishonors the word of this board when it fails to abide by the terms of our collective bargaining agreement. This district may think that violating the contract hurts the Federation, but it hurts the staff members that take care of our students and take care of our schools. The Federation is still here, and this district continues to lose irreplaceable teachers and staff. In an email from 12/21/23, staff members were told that overtime retro would be processed in January of 2024. It is now February, and that has not happened. People have been waiting for this money for almost 3 years. This board should help this district keep its word. Finally, I'm sure you're aware that there have been issues in the schools with HVAC and bathrooms. Willand Schools students and staff experienced headaches and breathing issues from work being done on HVAC. Parents and staff were told that there was nothing to worry about. In the future, this district should send out all pertinent information to the staff and to parents informing them how the district is adhering to indoor air quality standards and providing SDS sheets and alerting them to any chemicals being used. It would be helpful if this board would create a policy that would ensure that this happens. It would also be helpful if this board created a policy with protocols for when the bathrooms in a building are not functioning. This Monday at 11:11 in the morning, staff members were informed that the only bathroom, this is the high school, that the only bathroom they could use was in the weight room trailer. Most staff did not even know where it was. When they did get there, without their coats, they discovered the door was locked. When they finally were able to use the one toilet in that bathroom, they realized there was no soap. Staff members were not happy. Some of the words staff used to describe the situation were inhumane, cruel, inexcusable, and callous. This board needs to help this district do better. Thank you.
Good evening, Lynn Audette, Perth Amboy resident, 33-year veteran teacher, taxpayer, and voter. I am also the district representative for the Perth Amboy Federation. Although I am genuinely looking forward to the opening of the Tajma High School, as I believe it will be a positive addition to our city, I do have some serious concerns about the potential safety issues and logistics for when it opens. I have addressed my concerns several times and still no answers. I have spoken to countless staff members, neighbors, and citizens in the community, and they have all voiced the same questions and concerns that I have. Here are the questions that everyone would like answered. What happened to the footbridge that was supposed to be built going over Route 35? Are the majority of the students going to be bused? And if so, how is that going to work as far as traffic and drop-off? What is the plan to combat speeding and illegal turns in the area between the intersection of Convoy Boulevard and Florida Grove Road and the entrance to 440? Where is staff going to park? I did see that there is a due diligence and feasibility study on the agenda tonight, but again, where is everyone going to park? We are going to have staff from main campus, East Campus, South Campus, and PLP all in one building, and we are going to need a multitude of parking. Are local residents going to be issued parking spots? Are we going to have enough staff to open the building of that magnitude? New staff will have to be hired, even though, just because of the sheer size of the building, even with the staff from existing campuses moving over, and we already have so many open positions in the district. This is a big concern for me. Is the school truly going to open in September? Because there's a lot of rumors going around that it is not. It's beginning to appear to many people in Perth Amboy that the focus is on the grand opening ceremony scheduled in May, because that is where the hoopla and theatrics will be, instead of focusing on truly having the school ready for a safe and successful opening for our students come September. This district is being led by someone who cares more about giving the illusion that everything is positive instead of actually making the district a positive place. As I have said time and time again, appearances can be deceiving. So I'm asking this board tonight to please not to get caught up in the theatrics and hoopla in May, and to focus on our new high school being truly ready to open in September safely and successfully. Because at the end of the day, the people inside that school are what will make that building successful. People are what truly matter, not bricks or big screen TVs. Thank you.
Good evening, friends. It's good to see so many long-lost friends wandering around Perth Amboy High School. But I only have 3 minutes, so I'll get going. I really came to thank the administration and the board for their support for the water education training program that'll start in the next few weeks. It's under school trips on the agenda tonight, and we're really excited to make sure that kids are learning safety in and around water. It's a critical issue that's going to ultimately make sure kids are kept safe. So thank you for your support for that. I also, while I was here, I figured I'd throw a couple extra items in. I received a card the other day with a note in it, and it reads as this: as a way of paying it forward, Perth Amboy High School Wrestling Program's benevolence for participating in a fundraiser benefiting the Marissa Tafaro Foundation. Please accept this donation to the Raritan Bay Area YMCA in honor of the Panthers. The YMCA offers vital programs and services to countless individuals. Best wishes for continued success in fulfillment of your mission. Respectfully, Cindy and Greg Tafaro and the Executive Board of Directors of the Marissa Tafaro Foundation. And we received a donation of $1,000, which I'll work with Keith and Ken Mullen to make sure that we somehow creatively support a child or students in the district. So I just wanted to make sure the board was aware of that. A couple other things. There's no reason for students to be unattended and unsupervised after school, especially in the 5th to 9th grade. There's a free program in McGinnis, Shull, and Freshman Academy. So please, anyone out there that needs the kids to be active and engaged after school, it also comes with a free membership to the Y. So get the kids, it's a family membership, so have them come down, that'd be great. Teen nights have started in partnership with the city of Perth Amboy. The Y is open from 6 to 9 every Saturday night through March. So making sure that kids have activities, fun times, pickleball, volleyball, basketball, arts, you name it, is on Saturday nights at the Y as well. And it's all free of charge for Perth Amboy students. Let's see. We thank the Perth Amboy Panther Life program for coming to the Y, touring the Y, and learning a little bit more about some of the occupations that are in the Y. So we appreciate those students coming over. We really have piloted this year the newcomers support for the bilingual students that come to our district. We have hired a case manager and a navigator to help these new families know our community and find resources within.
Thank you. Can we do roll call?
For one more minute, Mr. Anderson? Yes, of course. Mr. George?
Yes.
Mr. Marte? Ms. Odiela?
Yes.
Oh, he just said yes.
Ms. Melendez? Mr. Quiles?
Yes.
Vice President Gonzalez?
Yes.
And President Peralta?
Yes.
It went into two things real quick, but congratulations to the Amboy High seniors swim team. They beat Woodbridge last week, and it was a great senior night for those 13 graduating seniors. But I did want to say that I had the opportunity, there's a teacher in the district that I've known for a long time. She taught my kids. That's how I met her a long, long time ago. And her husband had some illness and needed a ramp put on their house, who lives in Perth Amboy. And I contacted a group. It's Eddie and the Rampers, and they were able to help voluntarily. They got the ramp, they installed the ramp. I have to thank Dr. Roman, I have to thank Pat and the leadership of the AFT, all jumped in and said, hey, we can help. Thankfully, we got it all volunteer donation. We got the volunteers to assemble it on a cold Saturday morning, but it was awesome, and we were so glad to be able to help that teacher and her husband and her family, who are great people, and she's back at work, so thanks.
Dr. Pepe, do we have anyone remote?
Yes, we do. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Pepe. I'm the IT director, and I'm going to be moderating our remote portion of the meeting tonight. For those of you who are in the remote and wish to speak, we're going to be using the raise your hand feature in Microsoft Teams. If you're calling in remotely, to raise your hand to speak, you need to press *5 and then follow the system prompt to unmute. Anyone in the remote that would like to speak? Okay, it looks like none of our remote participants wish to speak tonight.
I need a motion to close open session.
Motion to close open session.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Whereas pursuant to NJSA 10:4-12B, the Board of Education may exclude the public from that portion of a public meeting wherein the board discusses any of the matters set forth at NJSA 10:4-12B 1 through 9. Now, therefore, be it resolved that in accordance with the provisions of the Open Publics Meeting Act, the Board of Education shall conduct a closed session pursuant to the provisions of NJSA 10:4-12B for the purpose of discussing the following matters: personnel and matters covered by the attorney-client privilege. It is anticipated that the length of time of this executive session will be 60 minutes and that action may be taken in public after the executive session. I need a motion to enter executive session.
Motion to enter executive session.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? The time is now 6 p.m. and we will be entering executive session.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to close executive session.
The time is now 7:13 and I need a motion to close executive session.
I believe Mr. Anderson made one, so I'll second it.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Sorry. All opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, moving on. Amendments and revisions to the agenda.
So there is an addendum to personnel, item number 9. It's placed at the table where the agendas are. In addition, there's some revisions to curriculum. Item number 1, trips dated May 9th, 2024, May 10th, 2024, May 13th, 2024 for the YMCA water safety trips for Flynn. Admission account numbers being changed to 15-190-100-800-0-40-09. Also to item number 1, the trip dated March 12th, 2024, Keene University at no cost. We're removing the account number. And item number 3B, changing the date from July 26, 2023 to July 26, 2024. Under Finance, item number 3, change the school year from 2023-2034 to 2023-2024. Item number 31, change the allowance amount to $20,000. It reads $20,000, but there's an extra decimal point in there. We're making that note to be clear. And item number 4, to include language in the item that says pending ESEA grant approval. And one last one in Personnel, item number 14, change the effective date for George Rodriguez from 11/17/2024 to 11/17/2023. That's all the revisions.
Thank you. Approval of the minutes of regular meeting held on November 16th, 2023, and the approval of the minutes of the organization meetings held on January 4th of 2024. I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Approval of the bills list for February 15th, 2024 for the following payrolls listed below. I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? The State Department of Education, one letter received from the Teachers' Pension and Annuity Fund approving the application for early service retirement for the following individuals with the following effective dates, and letters received from the Public Employees Retirement System approving the application for deferred retirement for the following individuals with the following effective dates. And now reports by our Board Secretary, Mr. LaBrace.
Report of bid opening. There were 2 bid openings. January 25th, bid opening was at Barrack Street in the conference room, and it was for inclusive playground renovations at the preschools. We received 3 bids. Grade Construction from Paterson, New Jersey, $2,272,736.43. Senco Metals, LLC, Paterson, New Jersey, $1,725,000. And Z-Tech Contracting, Mountainside, New Jersey, $1,972,706. The second bid opening was for Energy Management Services. We received 2 proposals, one from Synergistic, Dallas, Texas, for monthly payments of $19,930, and the other from Collier Engineer and Design, Inc., for monthly payments of $34,750. Secretary monthly financial report for October, November, and December 2023. The Treasurer's report, monthly financial report for the month of October, November, and December 2023. The district's closing balance in the bank for December 31st, 2023 was $50,630,125, with an additional $586,433 held in trust accounts. Acceptance of the board reports of the Secretary and Treasurers as submitted and as being in agreement for the months of October, November, and December 2023. Acceptance of certification from the Board Secretary that no major line item has been overexpended for the month of October, November, and December 2023.
And now for our bereavement announcements. At the Administration Building, Rafael Portojundo's father, Pedro Rosario Polanco's mother, Maribel Falzon, grandmother, Jose Ferreira, mother-in-law, and Himaleski Maria Bencosme, father, Miguel Correra, brother, Tamika Walker, grandmother, and Ignacio Cruz Yolanda Rojas, son, Iris Ruiz Maisonet, mother, Alina Martinez Ozoria, stepfather, Melanie McGrath, grandmother, Candy Pichardo Garcia, father-in-law, in series, Marnie Sarnowski, father, Marilyn Pabon, grandfather, Christopher Ayers, mother-in-law, and Flynn Luis Ortega, father, and Patton Edna Guzman, husband and brother, Edgar Cruz, father, Ijoma Onyewu, father, Lorraine Ticas, nephew, Susan Restrom, grandmother, Kenya Brew, father-in-law, Kimberly Anderson, father-in-law, Cheryl Taylor, husband, Lehia Perez, brother, Mabel Ortega, father-in-law. At the high school, Lourdes Welch, mother, Kristen DiTomanso, father, Joe Pabon, grandfather. Shoal School, Adela Alman, husband, Hala Ibrahim, brother, Renee Welch, grandmother, Dana Stefra, grandfather, Thomasena Graham, father-in-law. At McGinnis School, Walter Coyo Rodas, mother, Shelley Murphy, father, Rose Lopez, Joel Pabon, grandfather. Dual Language School, Kimberly McCumber, stepfather, Sabina Ryan, father-in-law. And also the passing of Mr. Marcus Matias, who served the district as a custodian at the McGinnis School since 2011, passed away on Tuesday, January 23rd of 2024. And now for the superintendent's report.
Good evening. First and foremost, I wanted to extend my gratitude to our custodial and maintenance staff. It's not an easy task to be called to duty quickly. They did a great job, as always, during our snow day. I had pictures that were sent to me throughout the day, and I can tell you that it didn't even look like it was snowing in any of our parking lots or any of our streets, working collegially with the city to make sure that our surrounding areas were pristine. So I really want to thank them. In addition to that, I want to thank them for always, expediting their services to the district. We had a bathroom that were down at the high school. They had that fixed in 30 minutes, and I want to thank them for their attention to that detail as well, so that no one had any extended circumstances due to situations that were beyond our control, because as you know, some of our buildings are aging, and we have many pipes that at times burst, but they continually step to the plate and get the job done. We've had different things that have happened in different buildings, and our custodial staff and maintenance staff get to the place quickly and expedite all the services quickly. Two buildings simultaneously, and they corrected the issue within a half hour. Kudos to them. Also, I'd like to make mention that I had the opportunity today to meet with Tibor Casco, our Director of Security, and a phenomenal police sergeant, Rafaelito Cruz. I just wanted everyone to continue to keep that gentleman in our prayers. He's a phenomenal human being. He's our juvenile sergeant. He works great with our children, and I'm so glad that he's back. In addition, I wanted to make mention that we were able to, with the help of our board, and a special thank you to Mr. George, and working with the city, and Ms. Gonzalez, and Ms. Peralta, to have our archway approved. And we're in the process of taking a look at that, and that should be sometime next year completed. It's something that's taken a long time, but I think it's another demonstration of the city, the board, and the district working collegially and collaboratively together to get something important done. Regarding the new high school and our budget presentation, that will take place next month, where we will share all the detailed reports of what we will be doing to transition the school district over the next number of years, and also what that will look like as it relates to the fiscal aspects of where we are. I'm looking forward to that presentation and that communication to share with the community at large. Am I missing it? No? Other than that, it's all yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. George for our Curriculum Committee.
Madam Secretary, I'd like to move item number 1 on page 4 to item number 12 on page 7.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? For Finance Committee, I'd like to move items number 1 on page 8 through item number 36 on page 13.
Second.
Second by Megan. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? Now for our Buildings and Grounds Committee by Mr. Keelis.
I'd like to send a motion to approve item 1, NOP, and abstain from A through M.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any opposed? Madam Vice President, for Personnel Committee.
Madam President, I'd like to move item number 1 on page 16 all the way through to number 14, including the amendment discussed by Mr. Lobrace. Before we began, that's it.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Yes, Madam President, I would just like to welcome all the new staff members that have arrived to the school district. I know we don't always get to see certificated staff at the meetings, but I would like, and non-certificated staff, but I'd still like to welcome them all.
Madam President, I'd like to give a pat on the back to the Human Resources Office on 16 new certificated staff hires, 25 non-certificated staff hires. Excellent job working on that. I'd also like to congratulate the 7 retirees, wishing them a happy, healthy, and long sustained retirement. I would like to mention 2 people in particular. Lisa Rabovich, who I can't tell you how many times I was on the phone to Lisa as an administrator, vice principal, and principal. I know the principals, all the administrators in this office have had countless calls to Lisa Rabovich. She has been one of the pillars as an administrative assistant in central administration, so I want to congratulate Lisa on a super job and all her years of service. I also want to recognize Lynn Odette, who's sitting in the audience tonight. Lynn would always start out with 30 years service to Perth Amboy, taxpayer and voter, 31 years, 32 years, and tonight she finishes by saying 33 years of service to the district, taxpayer and voter. I was very fortunate as a principal, I had a chance to work with Lynn at the Richardson School, and although we didn't see eye to eye on some things, she always assisted me in providing the best outcomes for the students, staff, and parents in this community. Lynn, I wish you all the best, and it's been a pleasure to have the opportunity to work with you. I can't begin how many contracts to count. Number of times you sat at negotiations for umpteen hours and in the middle of the night and doing a great job for the staff in this district. You will be missed. Thanks so much.
I'd also like to acknowledge all of the retirees on reaching such a significant milestone, on hanging in there for so long. I'm wishing you all a well-retirement, full of joy, relaxation, and new adventures. I also wanted to give a special acknowledgement to Ms. Cortez. Ms. Cortez was personally, I have a special connection with her. She was my daughter's teacher for a while, and she had made a significant impact in my daughter's life. You know, till this day, she still talks about Ms. Cortez. In fact, we bump into her all the time at, different games, and she's just that educator that shows up to support even past students. And you will be missed, and thank you for leaving such a positive mark on your students. Thank you, and congratulations. We're going to do a roll call. Mr. Labrace.
Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Labrace, yes on everything except 8, 9, 13, and 14 recorded as an abstention.
8, 9, 13, and 14.
I'm abstaining. All the rest, yes.
Mr. George.
Yes.
Mr. Marte. Ms. Melendez.
Yes. Yes, on everything.
I'm sorry, Mr. Marte?
Yes, on everything.
Ms. Odiela.
Yes.
Mr. Quiles.
Yes.
Vice President Gonzalez.
Yes.
President Peralta.
Yes. Moving on to old business. Do we have any old business? No? Anyone? Okay. Moving on to new business. First reading of the following policy and regulation. 2510, adoption of textbooks and core instructional resources. 2510, adoption of textbooks and core instructional resources. Approval of the 2024 and 2025 school year calendar, and the adoption of the revised regular meeting schedule of the board. As stated below, I need a motion.
Move it.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Madam President. Just in reference to some of the questions that came up about the new high school and the coordination of parking and traffic and those such things, there is a committee in place with liaisons from the Board of Education and liaisons from the City Council, as well as people from the administration and of both parties working together, having meetings to talk about all of those things and create plans. The Department of Transportation is also involved in those conversations. The plans are still in the workings, therefore not public yet, correct? But it is all in the works. There are consistent meetings, and all parties involved have been meeting consistently in order to coordinate all of those concerns for everybody. It is a concern for everybody, residents, administration, staff, students, parents. It is acknowledged, and we're all really working hard together and meeting consistently in order to get those ideas and thoughts and processes in place. As soon as there are more plans in the works, then the information will go to where it needs to go. Thank you very much.
I also, again, wanted to thank the custodians. When everyone gets to stay home on that snow day, they're up early, making sure that our streets are safe, and, ready to go for the next day. I also wanted to say that we do have a vacancy. Ms. Stephanie Villafani has resigned from the board, and I'd just like to wish her well. I know we all wish her well, and also it will be posted tomorrow, Monday the latest. The steps to move forward with that will be there. So if you're interested, or you know someone that is interested in being a board member, please tell them to look at our website, and that will be posted by Monday the latest, and all the steps will be there as to what you need to do to become a board member. Thank you. Anything else in new business?
I would also like to invite the entire community. The library is having a Black History Month event on Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m. There's going to be a lot of different games, activities, food. It's completely free, and it's just for the community to come out and celebrate the history of African Americans within the city and throughout the entire country.
And just to piggyback off of Megan, on February 24th, the Puerto Rican Association for Human Development on First Street will also be having a Black History Month event. Similar, but different dates. That way, if you can't make it to that event, there's also one on the 24th, and that one's from 11:30 to 3 p.m. Any other discussion in new business? So let's close news business. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? I need a motion to adjourn our meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
The time is now 7:36, and our meeting is adjourned.